Hello there, Stephanie Cameraman, the Stock Whisperer, here to tell you the Dark Pool Weekly Whispers for June 4th, 2018. But before we get started, did you guys check out the whispers for last week? Holy cow, I think we hit a record last week. Over 70% gains off these whisper levels. We had a tremendous amount of prints across the oil sector and the tech sector, and over 20 of them hit my targets. And that's been a new thing that we've been doing, is putting in targets. I realize that not everybody is great at that, so I'm happy to help you with that. But let's move on to this week's whispers, because we got lots of very interesting prints this week. Let's start with the main indexes. We'll start with the SPY. And I've drawn these purple lines, right? Bullish above, bearish below. The black lines are my trend lines on my chart. So this week for the SPY, going to be bullish above 274.11. That's an old dark pool level. So if we could break above that, I do have 275, 277.50 would be my target. Going to be bearish below 272.24. That's another dark pool level, 10 million. And my target on the short side would be 270. And just want to let you know that there's also another dark pool level of 35 million, really big one, 267.74. So that would be another target. If we break below 270, then this 267.74 will come into play. Yeah, that'll be my target. You can see we bounced right off of it here. Yeah, those levels, those computers are still buying or still selling. As long as they are, we still use them. So that's key levels. Let's go to the Russell, because wow, the Russell was hot. Hit my 164 target last week. This week going to be bullish above 165. That's a really key level, 165, and again, you know, that it would get parabolic at that point. And I'm going to be bearish below 162.50, and then we would most likely move down to the bottom of this channel, 160. All right, so let's go to the Qs. The NASDAQ has been super hot. We're going to be bullish above this week. Let's see, 174. That's a really key level. And my target would be 175, 177.50. And I'm only going to be bearish below 169.95. That was a 9.2 million dark pool level. My target on the downside would be 168.87, this trend line. And then if we broke down below that, 167.50. Let's go to gold, okay? Because gold prints, holy cow, did we have the biggest levels this week on IAU, but I'm going to start with GLD first. Okay, so we did have some prints on GLD. 3 million printed at 123.67. We are below that. Going to be still bullish though. If we could break above 123, this was last week's level, 123.75 here. Okay, then I would be bullish to about 125 area. Okay, but you can see it's not looking too pretty. So we're going to be bearish below 122. That's a really key level. Let me just zoom out here so you can see these trend lines. Yeah, 122 is really key. If we break below that, I can see us moving down to 121 and 120. I did forget to put that there. Target on the short side. Let me just put that in. And 120. IAU. Yeah, now, guys, the dark pool loves IAU. This has been every single gold move that we've had over the past years has first started with dark pool massive prints in IAU. I do not trade IAU, okay? Had a trader complain to me this week that IAU wasn't moving fast enough. Yeah, we do not trade it. It's slow. But we will use the levels and trade other gold stocks. GLD, I love GDX. So the massive prints that happened, 30 million. That's like enormous. Look at the volume. Yeah, you can just see it here. Okay, most people don't ever even watch IAU. This is so important. I'm going to be bullish above 1255 and bearish below 1237. On the upside, 1275 would be high-end target. On the downside, 1225. But again, I'm going to be trading other gold stocks. Okay, a lot of us in my trading room put on a strangle on gold, and we're going to add to the right side this week just in case it does happen to gap overnight. So MT, yeah, let's talk about MT. We had a lot of prints. You could see the volume spikes on this daily chart. We had a 1.4 million, 31.95, another 2 million, 32.36. So here's how we're going to trade it. We are going to be bullish above 33. My target's going to be around this 34 level. There's a gap in the chart, right? See this gap here? Let me draw some trend lines. Yeah, there's the gap. And, you know, the pattern is usually they take it to that strong level before the gap, they pull it back, and then they fill in the gap. So my first trade would be to 34 on the upside. And I'm only going to be bearish below 31.50. Okay, that's the only time I'm going to turn bearish is if we go below those prints. Let's move on to oil because we had massive prints on DBO. This is the dark pool favorite. Again, it's slow. Pick another vehicle to trade oil. Remember, if you're going long, pick a strong oil stock. If you're going short, pick a weak oil stock. Prints are really interesting on this. 13 million at 12.05. And on the upside, right, I'm going to be bullish. I'm sorry, 12.03 with the prints, 13 million. I'm going to be bullish above 12.05. Okay, my target's going to be 12.25. There's a gap in this chart, so right before the gap. That would be my target. And I'm going to be bearish below 11.75. We had another dark pool level, 5.7 million at 11.85 this week. So that's why 11.75 is my level on the short side. My targets would be 11.50 and all the way moving down here. And then, of course, if it... only if it broke below here, then we would move on to the next level. But first target first. Okay, so let me tell you about a print on OIH. Unusual, we don't get too many prints on OIH. This is the Van Eck Vectors Oil Services ETF. Okay, so the print we had was 27.76. And that was 1 million shares. DP is dark pool. Bullish above 28. Okay, so going to be bullish above this purple line. And you can see we'll most likely go up to the top of this channel if it's smart money buying. I'm going to be bearish below 26.75. And will most likely go down to 26.50 and 26. And of course, if it's really bearish, we'll probably move down to this 200 moving average, 25.50. But this is a key area. Okay, this is where the dark pool prints happen. It's going to have a decent size move. Let's go to rig. Rig, possible head and shoulders. You guys see this? This is the left shoulder. This is the head. Possible right shoulder forming here. Okay, if it is a head and shoulders, we would most likely move down here. So this is my trade setup. I'm going to be bullish above 13.25. If it's not a head and shoulders, we should break above 13.25. And I'm going to be bearish below 12.50. Then we'll get that 12, and then 11 would be my last target there for rig. We got to move on to IEZ. IEZ. This is something I've never really traded or heard about, but we had a big dark pool print on it. It's the U.S. Oil Equipment Services, similar to OIH. They get really creative when they pick the stocks they want to get into. But you know, the block trade indicator is amazing. We don't miss anything. So we had this 889,000 share print at $37.13. So here's how we're going to trade it. Going to be bullish. All right, above 38. And there's room to go to the upside. And I'm going to be bearish below 37. Target would be 36.50. And you can see these trend lines I drew. Yeah, that's a pretty strong trend line right there. That's a T-spot. If we break below that, then there's a lot of room to go to the downside. So let's watch that level really clearly. All right, let's go to financials because we had mega dark pool prints on XLF. I'm so excited because it's going to have a big move. All right, so we had 1.8 million at 26.80, another 2.5 million, 27.42, another 1.3 million, 27.46, another 4.4 million at 27.56. So we're going to be bullish above all of those prints. When I go long, I want to be above all of them. I want the smart money below me. And so I'm going to be bullish above 27.75. My targets are going to be this top of the channel. You can see 3 different trend lines. And I'll go back so you can see how I've drawn them, right? So I've took the tops down and here. And they all kind of meet at this one spot. So that's why this is going to be a resistance area to the upside. Obviously, if we could break above that in the future, the sky's the limit there, okay? But right now, that is the high probability trade to the upside. Going to be bearish below 27. We'll be below most of the prints, not the 26.80, but still, if we break down and go below 27, I'm going to be bearish. We'll be below most of those massive prints. And to the downside, my targets are 26.50 and 26.25, the bottom of this channel that I've drawn. I love channel line stocks, love to bounce up and down, and I love when we get prints, especially there. So we had another big dark pool print on a financial ETF. Actually, it has other stocks, but there's 3 main financials in VTV. JP Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. We had a monster 1.8 million print at 104.50. So we're going to be bullish above 105. And we're going to be bearish below 104. And, you know, for targets, the top of this channel, 106 and 106, 50, 75-ish area. And to the bottom, 104 to this 102, 50 bottom. Let me just put that in here. Oh, I did put that in there, 102.50. All right, excellent. KBE. This is a bank ETF, and we did have dark pool action. 485,000 share print at 49. So I'm going to be bullish above 49.50. Oh, forgot to put that trend line in there. Yeah, bullish above 49.50. And my target's going to be 50 and 51, the top of that channel. And I'm going to be bearish below 48.87. And my target's going to be 47, 46, 50 for KBE. We got a very unique print, KBWB, very similar. Oops, KBWB. Very similar to KBE. But again, they like to be creative, dark pool. So 750,000 at 55.72. So again, so easy. Going to be bullish above 56. Okay, so 57, 58 are going to be my targets on the upside. And I'm going to be bearish below 55. And 54 is going to be my target on the short side. We also had an unusual print on USB this week. Oops, let me type that in better. Yeah, USB. We don't usually get big prints on this, and you can see the last couple of days have had really high volume. And wow, if we can break above 51, there's a lot of room to go to the upside on this. So I'm going to be bullish above 51, and my target's going to be 52, 52.50. And of course, like 53 is even possible. A lot of these moving averages are there. They do move. Okay, that's why they call them moving averages. So if they do move down slightly, that's always going to be resistance. Pay attention to those. Going to be bearish below 50. And my target on the downside would be 48.50, this lower trend line. Let's go to Citibank. Yeah, Citibank. We had dark pool activity, 66.43 and 66.07. So I'm going to be bearish below 66. For Citibank, my target would be 65. You can see low end trend line. That's a big level as well. And I'm only going to be bullish above 68. Last week, was a great trade on the short side this week. Last week, we were only bullish above 70. So, because there were a lot of prints. So the upside trade is bullish above 68, but 70 would be my target. Okay, it's going to be resistance for Citibank. Let's go to technology. SMH, semiconductor ETF. We had a nice dark pool, 600,000 share print at 108.56. So we're going to be bullish, and you can see I drew a lot of channel trend lines on this. And you can see if we can break above 110, there's a lot of room to the upside. 112.50, 115 would be my targets. And bearish below 108. Okay, if we break below that, my target on the downside would be 106 and 105. Let's go to Apple. Remember Apple, I told you that we could have a possible bull flag pennant. And guess what? Yup. We started to move. It hit my first target, 190. So I'm bullish above 190. The next targets are 192.50 and 195. Let's go to LRCX, another semiconductor, unusual, very large print just this Friday. We had a 486,000 share print at $201. That is a lot of money, okay? That's big. I've been trading LRCX since 1994, and I don't think I've ever seen such a big print on it. So we are going to watch this. We're going to be bullish above 202.50. My first target's going to be 205, 207.50, 210. It loves to trade on the $5 increments and the $2.50 increments. So those are key levels for LRCX. I will be bearish if it breaks below 200. And my target on the downside would be 197.50 and 195. You know, really, it's been in this wedge. Okay, so if it's selling, we would be moving down to the bottom of this wedge. If it's buying, we will be moving way above this wedge. Keep your eye. You can see waxing volume happening in LRCX. Let's go to Micron. MU. Now, a lot of my traders in my room love trading MU. I'm going to be bullish above bullish above 60. My target is going to be 61, 61.75. Going to be bearish below 57.50. And my target's going to be 56, 55, and 53, which is where these major moving averages are right here. That would be my low end support on the downside. I like to be prepared on both sides. We never know what the market is going to bring us. So being prepared is key. Let's go to this Brazil ETF. We had mega prints on it this week. We had 35.69, 1.4 million, 35.64, 1.2 million. So this is how we're going to play it. It's gotten killed. We're going to be bullish above 36, and my target's going to be 36.75, 37. You know, more of a retracement. back to resistance. On the short side, I'm going to be bearish below 35. If we were to break down this week below 35, look out below 34 would be that first target for EWZ. Let's go to Verizon. Yeah, telecommunications. We had some prints happening. You can see, look at this high volume bar on Verizon. Yeah, we definitely want to watch this week. We're going to be bearish below 47.50. My target's going to be 47 and 46. We would most likely move down to the bottom. Let me just zoom out so you can see how I got those trend lines. Yeah, we would most likely move down to the bottom of this big megaphone wedge-like formation. But I'll be bullish only above 49, and then we would move to the top of this megaphone wedge-like formation. We had dark pool prints at 48.60, 500,000. But let's go to AT&T because we had mega prints on AT&T. Wow. We had 1.8 million at 32.50. So let me zoom in here. You can see we've been in this channel. Is it a bear flag? Well, it's a bear flag if we break below 32.25. Yeah, if we break below that, there'll be a big sharp drop most likely on AT&T. My target will be 32, 31.50. And I'm only going to be bullish above 32.75. If we break above that, then we'll move to the top of this flag-like, or we could even possibly go to 33.50, right? Because here's a big gap. So there's two possibilities on this. I get really excited because big moves could be coming. So we'll move up to 33.50, pull back, and then fill the gap in, or we'll break down below this flag. And most likely, let's see the measurement, 33.50 to 33, about $1 move. So yeah, about 31 would be the calculation on this bear flag if we break below there. And we have prints, you know, so look, patterns are great, but patterns and prints are out of this world. Okay, when you have that, that's when you want to take a trade. That's my secret. So let's go to bonds because we had massive, massive, massive prints on AGG. We had massive prints back here, which was in my whisper, right? Remember, bonds went through the roof. Well, guess what? We got more massive prints this time on AGG at 106.08. So here's how we're going to play it. We had 3.5 million there. Going to be bearish below 105.75. If we break below there, there's going to be a trade down to 105.50 and 105. And I'm going to be bullish only above 106.25. Target would be 106.75. This is slow. Okay, I wouldn't trade AGG. You can. The options are so much better on TLT. This is my favorite. It moves tandem to AGG. So we did have dark pool prints on this as well. 600,000 almost at 120.30. Another 400,000 at 122.19. So going to be bullish above 122. And my target would be 123. And I'm going to be bearish on TLT below 120. And my target would be 118.50. Let's go to another bond ETF that's highly unusual prints we had this week. I mean, look, this thing normally trades 3 million and it had 14 million days twice this week. Something's going on EMLC. We had prints from $17.58 to $17.63. 20 million. Yeah, that's mega. So we're going to be bullish above 1775. Let me just draw some trend line right there. That's the 8 exponential moving average. We're going to be bullish above that. And my target would be 18 and 18.25. And I'm going to be bearish below 17.50. So let me just draw a trend line there. Yeah, if we break below 1750, if it's selling, then we'll go all the way down to probably 1725, 17. Okay, so keep your eye on this. You can see massive volume. The last time we had massive volume like this, look what happened. It popped from 1860 to 1980, and then they were selling at the top. You can see right here. Yeah, you want to follow the volume always. Let's see, we have a couple more. XLU. We had dark pool action on this. Let me just zoom in. Yep, dark pool action, $50.45, 775,000. So I love this only above 51. Okay, if it's smart money buying, we should break above and we'll go back into this channel up here to 52, 52.50 would be the next channel. But if it's smart money selling, we should break below 50 and we'll go down to the bottom of this channel, which is about 49. And let's go to CVS. Yeah, CVS. We had dark pool action, 65.57 and 65.14. So I'm going to be bullish above 66. High-end target would be up here at 69-ish area. Going to be bearish on CVS below 63. Target would be 62 and possibly 60 if we break down. But 62 would be my first target. Campbell Soup. Unusual prints this week. We rarely get anything on this. And it's not looking too pretty. The prints were at 34.78, 700,000, and then another 400 came in at 34.69. I am bearish below 33. Just draw a line there. Yeah, bearish below 33. My target would be 32.50. Let's go back, and I can't even go back on this chart. It's really ugly. Nobody is eating soup anymore. 32.50, and look at 30. Back in 2011, yeah, this has been really, really ugly. I'm only going to be bullish above 35. Come watch me trade these stocks all day long. We trade live in the Job Fit Trading Room. Amazing traders in my room or community. We work together. We help each other. We call out trades all day long. www.thestockwhisperer.com. Happy trading, everybody.
That's my